This is Jenny. Welcome back to the Crafting Bookworm. Today I have my November wrap up. Okay guys, welcome back. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thanks you guys so much for hanging out and chilling with me. So today I have my wrap up for November. I ended up reading 4 books. I thought I was going to squeeze another one in, but it just didn't work out that way. But the first book that I read in November was The Bringer of Dust, and this is book 2 to the Ordinary Monsters series by J.M. Miro. And this is a story about a group of kids they call talents, and they have to take down the Man of Smoke, which is Jacob Marber, and it's pretty intense. There's a lot of pretty intense parts in this series. There is a third book. Well, by the sounds of the end of book 2, you would assume there is another book. I have not clarified that or, found that out for sure. But if there is a third book, I will definitely be reading it. Bringer of Dust, I rated 5 stars because I absolutely love the plot of the story. I love the characters. It's just phenomenal. The writing is very fluid for me. There's never a dull moment while reading it. And so I'm hoping, with the cliffhanger there was at the end of book 2, that there will be another book coming soon. I will be grabbing that book up when it does come out. And like I said, I rated that one 5 stars. The second book that I read was Tuesdays with Morrie. This is by Mitch Albom. I generally really like his books, but this one I just really didn't care for all that much. This is more of a memoir by him and his relationship with an old college professor of 20 years ago. And his college professor is Maury Schwartz, I want to say. And he's been diagnosed with LAS. So Mitch is going back and talking to him. They're reminiscing. He's learning some new details about Maury's life and things that Maury has gone through. And he was very fond of his professor because he was there for when Mitch needed him. So every Tuesday he goes, to talk to his old professor. He witnesses the stages that he's going through with the ALS. And, it just, I don't know, it was just all right for me. I found it kind of slow. And, if you like memoirs, I guess that this would be a book that you could enjoy. I rated it 3 stars. It was sweet. There are parts that, kind of grab your heart and stuff like that, but just not my favorite by Mitch Albom. The third book that I read was If You're Out There, and this was by Katie Lautzenheiser, I think. There was a series review on the Ordinary Monsters one, and there's also a review on this book, If You're Out There. In this book, we're following Zan, whose best friend is Priya, and they pretty much grew up together. They did everything together. And then Priya ends up moving, I believe it was California. And once she gets there, she pretty much ghosts Zan. She's not answering emails, messages, phone calls. But she is posting on social media every day. And the worst thing about it for Zan is that she's pretty much posting stuff making it look like she's glad she got rid of her old life and, in with the new life. And this really hits Zan hard until one day she notices something that just didn't quite add up. Her family and friends all think she's crazy now because she's pretty much stalking Priya, and she's trying to get them to understand that something's not right. So that's all I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I think I rated that one also maybe 3 stars. This wasn't as good of a reading month, I guess. The next book that, or the last book that I read for this month, or for the month of November, was The Games Gods Play. This one is by Abigail Owens, and I loved it. This story was extraordinary for me. This is pretty much kind of like a cross between Percy Jackson and the Hunger Games. We're talking about the gods of Olympus, and we are following, I don't remember what her name was. Lyra is her name. Anyway, that's who we're following mostly, but there's a lot of different characters in the story. And what it is these gods choose a champion, and they all go through each of these challenges and things that they have to accomplish. And whoever wins overall, the god that is their, whoever chose them as their champion, they become the god over all of Olympus. So Hades chooses Lyra. So if Lyra wins overall, wins all these competitions, last one standing kind of thing, then Hades would be the sole god over Olympus. That's pretty much what the story is. And these champions, they're all mortal. And they've got to go through some stuff. Like, there's some pretty big trials that they have to compete in. And, you know, you start getting those ones who start to get chummy with each other. And then you got a group over here that's doing that. And then they're kind of, you know, setting the other side up. Or they set their eyes on harming somebody. So they can't win. And just not so nice things start going on between these champions. They're all out for blood. They're all out to win. And the only reason for that is because they get a huge prize at the end. And I'm not going to tell you about all that stuff. So there's something in it for the champions, and there's something in it for the gods who are controlling them. So really good story. I rated this one 5 stars. So I had a couple 5-star reads for the month of November, which isn't bad. None of the books were horrible. Just some weren't as good as the other ones, you know. So if you've read any of these books that I talked about today, let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on those. Or you can let me know what you did read for November. I'd like to hear that too. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.